Hello.
Hey
It's
man.
Friday.
Yeah. What's up?
Dang. Look, I feel ashamed of my beard right now. Do you have birds growing out yet? That's the real status. If you have birds growing out, that's the true Peter Griffin status.
Yeah. You should see Matt has a bigger beard. Mine is small.
I'm working on. I'm gonna get some magic beard oil and get maybe by like next week it'll grow up to a full-on forest. I'll try.
Yeah, that's the trick, man.
Well, dude, happy freaking New Year to you as well, man.
Thank you, you too, man.
How are you doing? How you guys been?
Good. It's been hard with all the pandemic shit, but gonna make it through.
Right there, you said it best. Beard Nation. I'm pretty sure I heard guest vocals with your beard on the album. I'm 90% sure. But dude, congratulations as well, because only a couple months ago you guys just released your debut album, you know?
Yeah, it's been like 2 months.
Yeah. So how has it been since the release from that? Like, is it still like are people still finding it and, you know, tagging you and resharing it?
Yeah. We try to post as we can there on the social media since there's no show going on, so we can't share it with anybody live now.
I know.
So we try as much as we can to put it everywhere. So,
dude, it's a sick banger. Like, it reminds me of, you know, Evergreen. Course, Children of Bodom. I'm hearing the screams. I'm like, there's some Alexi inspiration in there.
yeah.
And dude, and I would say Judgment Day, and I hope I pronounce it right. La Côte? La Côte?
Yeah, that could. It's in French. We're French people.
Those two are my favorite. I mean, the whole album's a banger, but those two have been my favorite so far.
Yeah. we got the album out in like a month or something. We keep doing tracks because we have nothing else to do. We write music and
So was it planned? Were you guys really going to release an album in 2020, or is that we just kind of like we should do it? Fuck it.
Man, we were in a band at the beginning. We've been together since March.
Oh wow! Holy shit!
So when the pandemic happened, Matt just started writing a song with his brother Carl, and they just wanted to do a project, and they contacted me, so we wrote Blood River, and after that we just keep going.
Dude, so you guys are like brand new, like not even a year old.
Yeah.
Damn, not even a year old, and you already have your first album out.
Yeah.
Huge.
And we have more surprise coming.
That's huge. Just bands that come together like barely, you know, not with it takes a year for them to put out one EP or one song. You guys put out a whole fucking album.
Yeah. We're working on new songs already, man. We have 5 new songs almost finished recording.
So wait, are you guys gonna follow the new trend of people doing more EPs and singles, or are you just gonna keep like, all right, we're gonna keep tracking them and then we're gonna release another album?
But at first we wanted to do an EP, and it just came out. We continue to do songs. Carl was like, okay, it's enough. Just keep going. So now we're planning on releasing an EP, but we have a 6 song coming, so I think we're going to do a double EP.
Thor is correct. Composing machines right there.
Rock on, Thor.
Well, so let's go on, say 2021, magically everything, the air clears, the sky is blue, COVID is back in China magically, and we don't have it anymore. And you guys are able to play live. What would be like one song that you would be like, you're going to love to play live from the album?
Man, for me, I think I love Blood River, man. It's the first song, and I don't know, man. They're all fun to play, but my favorite one to play, honestly, I I love like you. I think that's the one that people gonna be more headbanging and moshing, and so we have slower
Like
songs and
I was doing my little mosh pad. I'm working out. I'm here. I'm like, damn, fuck yeah, I'm pumped up. I'm gonna lift the car up right now.
yeah, it's a good.
Oh, but so, oh, sorry, my screen keeps dimming out. Even more rarely, you guys found who found so the Matt and Carl, they're brothers, and they decided to
Yeah.
start a band. And they found you. Were you guys mutual friends before, or were you guys? They found you on like online.
The thing is that I was in a band before, and them they were in a band also local, so we already played show together as in other bands. But when they contacted me, I wasn't sure at first because I took a long break from music and everything, and they sent me the song, and I was like, let's try it.
Like, all right, I'm down. I'll do this.
Yeah.
Now it's even more Carl. It's gnarlier to think that you guys are only a three-piece band. Like, it's rare to see a three-piece band in general nowadays, but a three-piece metal band is even a lot more rare.
Yeah, man, we wanted to find another guitarist, but we find it simple to stay three. Like we all have kids, jobs, everything, so it blends good together, the three of us. So we're gonna continue like that. So we we can play whenever we want. When we have kids, they play together. We play music. So yeah, we have all the backing tracks, everything. So everything you hear on the CD is gonna be there live. Everything like
Now,
sounds the same.
do you think, like you talk about trying to find another guitar, do you think maybe in the future, as you guys are still working on projects, do you think you'll find another guitar player and, and let Matt have more singing time and let him, or even to say so he can focus on more solos and someone having the background doing more, on the riff side, keeping it going?
Yeah, we thought about it, but the thing is, I do backup vocals, so whenever I can just scream a little bit, Matt could do his thing. And
No,
but the thing is that the bass tone is so heavy, so when we have good heavy riffs, the bass does the job for almost for the other guitar. So
yeah, I was gonna ask that because is he going through a traditional? Are you guys doing plugins or are you guys going old school recording when you did it?
we do it with plugins.
Now, was it going through the bass? Was that going through a guitar plugin for it to come out through the mix?
Oh man, I'm not sure. I use the drums, so,
I was
but
wondering because it was really loud, and a lot of times when people were
I think you use a bass plugin for that.
Okay, yeah, some people will go switch it around, because a bass can go do anything through a guitar amp, same thing vice versa in a plugin, and they'll do that so it can cut through the mix a lot easier. You can hear it more.
I think he did with the bass plugin. As I can remember, I think they were a MPEG setting, so it must be a bass.
So this kind of goes back into the album and the recording, and you guys are not even a year old. So where did you guys record the album? Because studio time is non-existent for bands currently because of fucking COVID. So where did you guys record this at?
Man, Matt does all the magic happen. He's having a studio in his basement, so we do everything by ourselves.
Everything underground. All that was just in his basement.
Yep.
That's freaking awesome. That's huge. That's like you're just kind of like showing other bands like they're slacking and not doing shit right now. You just put an album out without even being a band for a whole year in the basement.
Yeah. The thing is that with other bands, we used to go in studio, like pay a lot of money and everything. We didn't get the sound we wanted, so Matt just during the pandemic he started just like that. He started this year just to learn how to record everything. So the next one will be better. We learn from our mistakes, and
that's right, Thor. Self-produced, self-mixed, hell yeah, self-made. So that kind of goes into a great question then, because like a lot of bands, you know, with studio time not can't go because all the studios are shut down for COVID restrictions, and like you said, learning how to mix and record and do everything yourself. Has this now made bands and showed bands that they don't need a studio to record, that they can record it themselves as long as they learn, no, take the time to learn how to mix it. And then once they get their demo, whatnot, send it to someone who's a better mixer, you know, a better producer, and then put their album from there. So cut, like the studio is like the middleman for recording, right? Now
Yeah.
you can do it from home and then send it to a producer to mix it. Is that the new future?
Oh man, that's the thing is that to record this CD would cost a lot of money because Matt spent a lot of time like trying new things, and if we went to go to studio, we weren't able to take our time like that. Like we spend countless nights working. Yeah, say there's a part on the song you're like, I like it, but it's not top notch, you know. So we can change everything. We can work on it. It costs nothing, man. If we have an interface and some plugins.
That dude, this is like the perfect, like you guys are like the case study of how bands are should, you know, be doing this and how you've adapted to making music in 2020. And I think it's definitely, and we're still going to go into 2021. You know, concerts and shows aren't happening anymore. You have nothing but time still, not anytime soon at least. And cheers to you, sir. I got my beer Friday night.
Cheers, man.
And it's so much more economically friendly for you to make your own music and then either one, learn to mix it yourself or send it to somebody else.
Yeah. But
now,
you need to take that time to learn it, and that may be what people doesn't have time, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we have time right now.
Yeah, that's or else they wouldn't be ashes to impair.
No, I gotta ask. You know, I saw Matt posted on his Instagram him doing a nice cover of "Children of Bodom," and are you guys gonna release that cover? He sounded pretty sick.
Man, he did that for you know, for a respect because the death of Alexi, but a lot of people ask him to do the full cover, so maybe we could try to do the cover all band.
That would be legit. I mean, is, you know, you do it separate because I know you try to sing and play at the same time like Alexi did. That's really fucking hard.
No, that's another thing.
But do it in parts.
But yeah, if we do it, we'll have to do it separately. Now we're on a full lockdown.
So how I would go into then for you guys are in Ontario, Canada, and
yeah.
You popped in for a little bit when I was on my interview yesterday or on Wednesday with the MTR project, and I even mentioned it. Like, you don't really know about too many Canadian heavy metal bands. Like, I've only heard of a few, but like you're not compared to, like, you know, Sweden, Norway, places like that, or even, you know, Russia. There's a lot of heavy metal bands from Russia.
Yeah.
Besides you guys, who are other bands that are like local bands that, you know, you guys are friends with?
Oh man, there's not much here, but you know, from near us, they were Blind Witness, and you know, Montreal, Canada is like the capital for death metal and technical death. You know, like Despised Icon, The Last Felony. They all play the technical death metal music.
Now,
there's not a lot of metal bands.
So before, because you were in a band prior, before COVID and all that stuff, and before COVID happened, were there like venues and stuff for metal bands to play in Ontario?
Yeah, in our hometown, we used to have a great venue that we used to do shows and everything, but it closed down due to kids scratching the floors and stupid things like that.
Like
So
we say COVID,
nobody.
yeah, COVID.
Yeah, no, it's not because of the COVID, but a lot of people were doing damage and everything. So now it's more in Ottawa, Montreal, bigger cities.
Now, once say the foghorns are open, we're through COVID. Do you guys see yourself playing in local areas, staying local first, or do you want to try to branch off into the larger metal scenes that where the demographics a lot larger? Say like because you guys aren't too far from the northeastern of the United States, Chicago, Michigan, stuff like that, where they have a
Yeah,
big metal scene out there. So do you guys see yourself coming to the U.S. first for shows, or still staying in Canada?
I think we're gonna start with Canada, but man, we'd love to go out of Canada, like US, and that would be sweet, man.
Because it is big. Like it's kind of interesting to see, like on the northeastern side on the U.S. It's huge. The metal scene, it's a lot more black, and I would say even new metal, like with bands Code Orange out of Chicago. It's a lot more technical, but it's a big scene out there, and people don't realize that. So you guys are not too far. I know you guys can get some new fans out there.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to spread as much on the Instagram, Facebook, and so we're trying to reach as much people as we can. So when the COVID shit is done, man, maybe we can play everywhere, man. We'd like to spread the hate cult.
So that brings up another great question. Everyone flooded to social media. I mean, that's essentially how I found you guys. I wanted to showcase you guys. But everyone's on their phones now, 24/7. Everyone's stuck
Yeah.
to it because they can't go anywhere else. So they got to see everything through the world through other people's phone. Was 2020 like a positive thing, social media wise, for you to release music and bump it, or was it harder because everyone else was going to social media and flooding it?
Oh man, it was great. Everyone's on their phone, nothing to do, so we had a lot of positive message. Oh, I love you guys. Never heard of you, but yeah, but we're brand new, so that's why you never heard of us. But I think it's a good thing.
Yeah,
But
there's someone
it's
already
not.
came on here who said they were from Chile. Put it down in the comments. So your music's spreading out there far already.
Yeah, that's great, man. We have a lot of people from Europe that listen to our music and they write to us, and because we have kind of a sound like In Flames and Dark Tranquility, melodic stuff like that, so they love it, but we can't play nowhere now. We would love to do a CD release in our own town, but it's not a good time for that. But for the social medias, I think that's a good timing, and it's promoting the band. And
Well, I think I found you guys right at the pivotal moment of when you guys are gonna blow up, because that's again for being not even a band for a year and putting out a sick album within 6 months, and then working on halfway through maybe even a new EP or a new album. Like you're keep going, you're keeping that train rolling, and the music's gonna start pumping up there.
yeah, but we want to stay active, because people, they listen to it like once, twice, and after that they listen to big bands. So we just want to release as much stuff as we can, so people don't forget right away.
And it's interesting though. We're on the streaming life. Everything's about streaming. The two big giants are Spotify and Apple, hands down.
Yeah.
Both of them are the streaming thing. Which one do you think is better to be found on as a band, Spotify or Apple?
For us, it has to be Spotify.
No,
It's easier. I found a lot of groups on Facebook that heavy metal groups. A lot of bands, they go there. A lot of people, they write. They're searching new bands. So I always post the link. I always share everything we have there. So, and more people are. I think for us, and the metal scene for us, they're more on Spotify than Apple Music.
And I agree too, because it's like I have both. I have Apple streaming. I have Apple streaming because I know also that the payout is better on Apple Music. You get better pays for the streams, and Spotify takes way more. But it it's so much easier to be found on Spotify because random people can put you on their playlist, and you can be on anyone's. You can be on 20 different playlists, and you can look up your band like, hey, they're included in these playlists. And
Yeah,
so that's what makes it unique because say I go on to Joe Schmo's playlist and I hear a band I've never heard before, I'm like, whoa, then I start following that band.
yeah. The thing is that a lot of underground bands make some playlists to get known, and they invite other underground bands. So you share the playlist, so they have a listen and you make a listen. So a lot of people does that. So maybe that's why I'm more into Spotify because, like you said, the streaming process is better for unknown bands.
Oh
So
yeah, that too as well. Because
you
you
get on
guys,
unknown playlists and anybody can listen to it and they say, "Oh, I love that," or
even on like labels, record labels will have their own playlists of their artists on their
yeah,
Spotify. You can't do that on Apple Music. So that's the only negative feature drawback of it is you can't make a record label or marketing company or management company can't make a playlist of all their artists, and you can't find that on Apple. But on Spotify, you can do that. So,
yeah,
like, if you get a management company and they want to put all their featured artists, hello, you there?
yeah,
Okay, sorry, I broke out a little bit.
kind of bug that.
It's all good. Hey, we're only a good few thousand miles away. Sometimes there might be a little interruption.
That's good, man.
So what's the next? What do you have the song names for the new 5 songs that you guys are working on right now? Are they all like they're pretty ready to start recording, or are they still getting roughed out?
They're pretty much done recording, but the only thing is they put a full lockdown right now, so there's only the bass left to record. And I know that Carl did 2 songs, so maybe we're gonna release those 2 songs before. But we don't have all the names for the song. I know a couple. We're working on something cool, man. I know that in the month of May there's a day for anti-bullying. So we're working on this song. We used to call it "Bully" because we had no name for it, but Matt came up with the name "Left Alone." So it's a brand new song. We're gonna make a music video for it against bullying. We're gonna maybe release it on that date, and
Now, another kind of cool thing is, some bands do it, some don't. Obviously, you guys all speak French and you fluent in French. Do you guys think you'll release songs in French as well, and kind of mixing it up between English and French?
nah, I think we're gonna
No.
continue to.
So
But
what?
there's a line in Le Culte that Matt screams in French, but that's the only thing. I don't think we're gonna make French music.
So that's a really good question. Like I interviewed this earlier last year from Sweden. They're called Etienne, and they're Swedish heavy metal, and they've done a few songs in Swedish, and they're pretty. I don't know what the hell they're saying, but they're freaking cool. But it's a good question: is why do you think English is the go-to metal thing? Why is English the preferred way?
For us, because the French, we wanted to expand, the fan base. Maybe if you want to say it like that. But in French, we can only play some part of Canada because there's a lot of part in English, and maybe in France. So we're trying like to do like Gojira. They're French, but they play English music.
Yeah.
But some people they don't follow. With you sing in French or whatever. You go play in the United States, and some people they don't give a crap about that.
No, dude, you'd be surprised. Like, especially in that's the one thing about like the rock community. It's like they don't even have to understand what the lyrics are saying for you to enjoy it. You know, like as long as it doesn't sound like you're just screaming straight into a vocal box, and now you can't hear a fucking shit. But like it, for the most part, when bands have done it, it's been received really well. I mean, maybe not full albums. I can understand that because no one speaks that whole language. And again, but I always was wondering, for foreign bands, and they're coming from their home country. Why is it that English is the preferred way for making metal music? It's just something I noticed.
I think it sounds better in English. French would sound funny, I think.
And it's kind of like when you've heard, I mean, I've heard some other like Swedish bands, Finnish bands, and when they do it, and like I'm like, it kind of sounds pretty badass. I don't know what they're saying, but it's like some Nordic, feels like I'm a Nordic Viking heavy metal song. So I'm on a Marth.
Yeah.
Well, dude, even with like 2020, there was like you guys are part of the 2020 releases. Were there any bands and artists that you were really impressed with, the music wise, that came out last year?
Yeah, there's a lot, man. Nothing else to do to discover new bands, and even the bigger, older band, they got new songs, new albums.
Yeah, it says Martin has a great beard, almost as great as his beard, maybe even better. But Thor mentioned that too. He said it would be great in French, but English is more ascending. It makes sense. I understand it. It's just curious like that. Maybe even if bands did it, just like a couple songs in their native language would be cool. A nice throw, and I think people would appreciate that. And some bands do that, and it works really well. But like, even try to think, because it's like I don't even know that much of English heavy metal bands that much anymore. More like there's some hardcore bands, but there's no like death metal, heavy metal bands coming from England. Most of them are coming out from surrounding Europe, Czechoslovakia, Finland, Sweden, Poland, all that stuff.
Yep. All the great bands come from all the places you name.
Who were some inspirations for you growing up, music wise?
For me, man, that can sound funny, but I used to listen a lot of Korn.
Heck yeah. I'm friends with the original drummer, David Silvera.
Oh yeah, I liked it better when it was David.
I know.
That's my personal opinion, man. But he's the man who make me want to play drums. So
I'm friends with him and his new band. He has a new band called Bias.
Yeah, I checked that out.
They're very cool guys, very talented, and still his drumming, his fucking kit takes up like
it's
half
huge,
the
man.
freaking room, man.
Yeah, man.
He's got like 8 toms. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he was good, man. Also Slipknot, but the same thing happened when Joey quit. I was sad, man.
Yeah, I hear a difference. Like it's like I was rewatching the live DVD when they released Iowa, and it was in one of the sold out arenas out in England, and just Joey's level, man, dude, it was gnarly. It's just like you hear a difference. You do.
Yeah, I'm not saying the like in Korn, Ray is not good. It's just up.
No, at all. Yeah.
I think David bring the sound, and the same thing to Slipknot. The new guy is good in Slipknot, Jay, but and Joey did some things that it made Slipknot sound like that.
Yeah, Disaster Piece. Yep, that's the. And yeah, it's interesting to hear when, especially it's like. I don't like people like bashing on new, replacement artists, especially with drummers or guitar players. Like, no, they're not horrible. It's just like it's a different sound, like you said.
Yeah, totally. But cannot do nothing. Joey quit because he had a health issue, so he needed to be replaced. If not, they're not gonna quit because Joey's gonna leave. I'm
Yeah.
like everyone. Everyone can tell their personal opinion. Just it sounds good today too. With the new members, but for me, like the like Francois is telling, every piece of a band is important. Just for me, like I discovered Korn with David and Slipknot with Joey, or even In Flames with the old drummer, man. It's all the same, but the new member also brings the missing puzzle.
Oh, completely, dude. And I only got to catch In Flames, I think once, only one time before COVID hit. I got them when they released their last album, I Mask. They came and did a little US thing, and they did a cool pop up because they're friends with Jose Mangan over at Liquid Metal and Sirius XM, and they did a cool little private mini show over there at the sound stage. And they're friendly dudes. They're all incredibly nice, incredibly friendly, almost too friendly.
Yeah.
Well, dude, what is the timeline for the new music to come out this year?
Oh man, I think we're gonna release one or two songs in the upcoming months. Maybe I wanted to release next month, but I think it's too it's too fast. So maybe we're gonna take a little bit of time, work on better sounds, better mixing, mastering. So yeah, maybe I'm sure we're gonna release anyway soon. We're too hyped to keep it secret.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like even before 2021's over, you may already have an EP and an album release.
I think that EP thing is gonna become a full length too.
You're like, oh crap, 6 songs into it. Well, why not just do 2 more songs?
Yeah, the thing is that let's say we say okay, we're doing 4 or 5 songs, and Matt always comes with new riffs, new song, man. It's like, man, we cannot wait to release that. We're putting that on the CD, man. like as the World Collapse was supposed to be like a demo, like 3-4 songs. Man, it ended up 9 songs. I was like, keep it coming, man.
Dude, you guys have the positivity rolling. It's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, music has always been part of our life, so we all took a long break, So it's been a long time.
That little break is a nice refresher. Like, all right, I'm recharged. I'm creatively ready again, and now you're just like, boom, there we go. I'm ready to pump it out. You're not burnt out anymore.
Yeah, the thing is now we miss playing live. That's a huge pain, man. We have to wait.
Do you guys think you'll do like a live stream or anything like that, like in the basement?
Yeah, we're thinking about it, man. Maybe we're gonna buy some equipment, like for the drums, everything to sound better to live stream. So
I know
we don't.
Yeah, I know that's an investment as well because you want to make sure it's great quality. That's a more expensive, investment to be able to do that. And I know bands have done it, and I've seen some bands do it from their basement. They did it, and it sounds great. And there's actually some I've seen better than like where I'm at in Southern California. Whiskey of Go-Go has been doing live streams, and some of them sucked horribly. Like,
oh yeah,
whoever sound guy they had has sucked ass. And then
maybe too much whiskey, man.
But it definitely, you got to make sure you have the right equipment. So I feel you on that.
Yeah, but I saw some small venues in like Montreal near where we live. They start doing that live streaming for band. So maybe soon or someday we'll be able to reach the promoter or the guy that hook it up. So maybe that will be fun to play a live show in a venue, but live streaming.
And he brought it up right there. Between the Buried and Me was an awesome live stream in the basement. See, it's like,
man, that the thing is that's where it all started. That's when that streaming went down. me, Matt, and Carl and Thor, we were together streaming that, and we talked about the band, everything. It was the first time I saw the two brothers since a long time, and it sounded so good. But now we're talking about Between the Buried and Me. That a lot of equipment, money invested.
Yeah, they can afford it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Something we're looking maybe to buy little equipment to do it in the jam spot, but even there we cannot do it full lockdown.
Yeah. But dude, man, I'm doing a whole new playlist on Spotify because I have a special like Headbangers workout playlist that I'm doing a new one for 2020, which I will be including you guys in there because
Thanks, man.
When I have it on there and I have my pre-workout, I'm like, fuck, I want to go lift up a car now. But dude, I'm excited to hear you guys' new music too. So I'll be on the peep on it and I'll be listening, and then of course I'll be promoting as well.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
And then hopefully when all this chaos is done, I can cross over because I'm friends with another band out in Toronto
Okay.
called One in the Chamber, and I need to make it out there to see them when they're allowed to do shows as well. So I have some traveling to do to catch and see all these bands live. See you guys live too.
Yeah, man. Toronto is not that far. Like maybe 4 or 5 hours from us.
All right, brother. I hope you stay safe, man. I hope the rest of the band members stay safe. And shit, keep the positivity rolling. And it's hear that new music. Hear the next 5 albums come out this year.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course, brother. Take care, my man.
Take care. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Cheers as well. Happy Friday night. Yeah, buddy. Take care, Martin.
Yeah, have a good one.